Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a vodka sauce, and the ingredients you're going to need are a small to medium onion, 1 clove of garlic. You're going to need about 6 ounces of vodka. I'm going to be using a small can of petite diced tomatoes, a can of tomato paste, your 1 pound of penny, which I happen to get Rayo's, and that's pretty much it. And your cream, you're going to need about roughly 6 to 8 ounces of cream. And it's going to be an easy thing to do. It's going to be really good. And stick around. We'll show you how it's done. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up the onion. So we'll get that prep going and we'll be right back. Right. So I've already diced up the onion. We're going to get this thing going. We're going to put the stove on a medium flame or medium heat. I'm going to drizzle 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil in the pan. Let that warm up a little bit. Get our pancetta out for our recipe. You can use bacon. Bacon, the only difference between that and bacon is smoked. Okay, so you're going to get a little bit of smoky flavor in that. And we're going to fry that up in there. Get that going. Drop the pancetta in with it. Now we're going to fry this up until the onions become translucent and the meat gets a little bit browned. It's probably going to be about 10 minutes or so. The other thing that you can substitute for the pancetta is prosciutto. And you just want to keep this moving. You don't want to burn anything. Okay, this is looking pretty good to add the tomato paste. The meat is pretty well cooked. It's not browned. You know, it's just, you can tell that it's been cooked. So we got to get this paste in there. Now, kind of the key to the paste is we're going to start with red paste here, but it's going to darken because it's being cooked in the pan. Don't worry about it if it starts to attach itself to the pan, because we're going to deglaze the pan with the vodka. Kind of spread that out, work it around. I'm going to be throwing a half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of pepper, and a half a teaspoon of pepper flakes. I'm going to add that now. I'll leave that sit for a little bit. Now, if you don't want to use the paste, you can use the bigger can of tomatoes and make it with just the tomatoes. I happen to like the enhanced flavor of the paste, so that's why I go with the paste. Okay, now we're going to add the vodka. Now be careful when you add the vodka, because it might flare up on you. I know that this is about 7 ounces, so I'm going to use a little over half. And now we're going to boil it off. That's why you don't go too high a heat before you're adding the vodka in there. And we'll add a little bit more. So about roughly the full thing is 6 ounces. I mean 7 point something. So I'm going to use about 6 ounces. And just boil off all the vodka. Just so it imparts the flavor. And the other reason why we use vodka is because it's kind of a binding agent between the sauce and the cream. So it helps the mix kind of, meld together good. Okay, we got that far. Now we're going to throw the petite diced tomatoes in there. I got the small can, which is 14.5 ounces. And I just love to have chunks of tomatoes in my sauce. So we'll add that in there. Now we're going to let that simmer for roughly 15 or 20 minutes. You want to make sure that you get rid of all the water so that you're left with just a nice thick tomato sauce. And at that point, you can pretty much turn it down to really low. Get your pasta going. Okay, so we're boiling away over here. We are going to put in our pasta, and we're going to set the timer for about 11 minutes. Timer 11. Start. Going to give that a stir so it doesn't stick to the bottom. Bring it back to a boil and we'll turn it down. There we go. That's what we want to see. And like I said, this is going to be between 4 and 6 ounces. You got to play it by your eyesight, what it looks like and how good it looks as far as color goes. So I'm going to add it slow, mix it around. Gonna add a little bit more. And that's probably gonna be about it. Because we are gonna take a half cup of the pasta water and put in here to thin this out a little bit. And make it more creamy. Add another little dash. Cap it there. I used about half of this. So about, I don't know, 6 ounces. We don't really want this boiling away. So I'm going to slide it over a little bit. This is about the color of the vodka sauce. It's quite thick right now. But like I said, we're going to use some of this water to thin it out a little. I'm sure it's going to be yummy. That is for sure. I'm going to keep this on the low one. I got it set on 1. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of Parmesan cheese in there. Not a lot. You know, just a little bit. And we'll stir that up. And if you want, you can also add a little leaves of basil in this if you want. I don't normally add it in my vodka sauce. Might be a good touch. I mean, basil's always good. And like I said, I'm going to grab a half cup of the pasta water just to add to the vodka sauce. And that's going to thin it out a little bit. Oh, one of you guys decided to climb in there. Use your pot to bring it back over and dump the pasta in. And mix it up. Get some plated up here. And there you have it. Rigatoni alla vodka. Looks yummy. The big key is how it tastes. So let's give it a taste. Mmm. Mmm. You'll really love it. It's really good. Anyway, that's our recipe for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you get a chance to try it out. And make sure you subscribe to the channel, okay? Because we want to see you back. We'll see you soon.